Okay, everybody, here we are. It's the day after Election Day, and love it or hate it, the election is done, and we have a pretty good idea that it is indeed going to be a liberal minority government, needing about 4 seats or so in order to pass any legislation. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Of course, here we are today, Jay. Glad you're here with me. We're going to talk a little bit about what this election means for housing, for interest rates, and for new home construction. So, Jay, the first thing I think that we should be talking about is the GST rebate on new homes. It's obviously different with what we're going to have now with the Liberal government than what the Conservatives had proposed. So what are your thoughts on that?
So it does give us a little bit of surety in a sense of like, if you're not a first-time home buyer, you are not getting a GST rebate if you buy new construction. So I think for some of these buyers, it closes maybe a door that they thought maybe would have been open. So the question is, are they just going to go ahead and buy a new home now without being concerned about this rebate because they're not going to obviously get it? I think on the other side of the fence, there might be some second or third time home buyers that might have concern about their oil related jobs, and they might sit on the fence. So time will tell how this GST rebate is going to affect the market in a sense. I do know that I have a few first-time home buyers that have said, well, we need to see what's going to happen next. And I think they're going to stay on the fence. So hopefully this government gets something clear about the GST rebate to the market soon.
Yeah, with any government, everything seems to take a long time. And of course, they haven't been in Parliament, so they couldn't actually affect anything. I'm hopeful that in the next couple of weeks, we'll have a lot more clarity what's gonna happen there. Right. And then, of course, there's the housing plan, right? Both parties wanted to construct close to 500,000 homes a year. And by that, I mean increase construction up to that level, which is approximately double. They had different approaches to it. The Liberal government wanted to focus on affordability, but they're going to do it through Build Canada Homes bureaucracy. And, we know that bureaucracy often makes things slow, sometimes makes things expensive. So we're going to have to wait and see how that pans out versus the more free market approach and incentive or bait approach that the Conservatives wanted to do. So we're going to kind of see how that comes out here over the coming months. And hopefully we do see some positive forward momentum on getting some more home construction going on there.
Yeah, totally. And I think, again, the market's just going to sit here and wait and watch. I know like my builder contacts have said, let's wait and see if they announce any incentives, but they're not holding their breath. So time will tell. That's exactly what it'll be like. So what does this mean for interest though, Josh? Like this is the third big part.
Yeah, so there, of course, have been interest rate forecasts. Some of them aren't significantly different as a result of the election. The market was largely expecting this outcome over the last month or so, whether majority or minority government. Unfortunately, it was the Poilievre or Conservative election to lose. I don't think it's so much as a Liberal win as it was the Conservatives didn't win, like it was definitely forecast to be. On the Bank of Canada side, the economy with the tariff war and the uncertainty is likely going to need some more stimulus. So there is definitely expectation of at least 2 more, possibly 3 more 0.25% rate drops on the Bank of Canada side, which will impact variable rate mortgages. And, also along with that, the Canada 10-year government bond, we usually look at 5 for mortgage pricing, but the 10-year bond matters too. It's expected to decline by about 0.4%, which is also pretty significant and is starting to create a case to say, hey, maybe take a variable rate mortgage right now with the thoughts of locking in partway through your term. Obviously, the future hasn't happened, but that if you can afford a bit of fluctuation, take the risk of maybe it being higher, that could be something worth considering.
Great. So for now, I'll get back to work, right? Let's go see what we can do in the weeks to come.
That's all we can do.
But yeah, thanks for that insight.
Put our head down, work hard, hope for the best.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jay. Always great chatting with you. And for the rest of you, next week, we will have the April stats for Edmonton, and we will talk about what's going on in the Edmonton market and maybe have a little bit more clarity on this as well.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.